In July 2009, in an apartment in Worcester, Massachusetts, a pregnant woman was murdered. She was 8 months into carrying at the time of her death. She had also been beaten in the head and was strangled to death with an electrical cord. Her body was cut open so that the killer could then abduct the unborn baby from her womb. She was then placed in a closet. Her name was Darlene Haynes, and she had been killed at 23 years old. Her body wasn't found for 4 days, and first responders reported being overcome by the smell. An EMT had to step outside, and the police requested that the Worcester Fire Department lend industrial fans to clear out all the flies. Just hours after the murder, a woman named Julie Corey would make 12 phone calls to her boyfriend through Darlene's phone, stating that she had gone into labor, and claimed that the hospital that she was supposedly staying at was giving her such poor treatment that she had to leave. Within the days following the murder, Corey would then show off the baby at her boyfriend's mother's house during a barbecue. She even went as far as to ask a friend named Yaris Turby which one of them the baby resembled more. Turby would eventually testify that, "I told her that the baby didn't resemble any of them." A search was launched, and a few days later, Julie was found in Plymouth, New Hampshire, in a homeless shelter with the baby she had kidnapped. Corey had insisted that the baby was her own. A bottle of watermelon-flavored Smirnoff Ice was found in the apartment, on a dresser next to the closet where the body was found. Corey's fingerprint was found to be on the neck of the bottle, making this a piece of key physical evidence. Corey's defense team questioned the validity and thoroughness of the police investigation by stating that there were pieces of evidence that had been left unchecked for fingerprints or DNA, such as cigarette butts, a McDonald's cup, and other household items. This is an important detail to mention, as within the days that the body wasn't found, men were seen going in and out of the apartment. A witness named Erica Mercado testified to seeing a man exit the apartment with a fish tank, dump the water, and leave. This man was believed to be another resident of the apartment building named Timothy Tripp, who told Mercado that he was given permission to have the fish tank. The defense also claimed to have seen a man on the back porch smoking a cigarette and another climb into the window. Roberto Rodriguez, Haynes' boyfriend, was the key witness for the defense team. They argued that the calls made after the murder came from him as part of a conspiracy, and tried to support this with the fact that Haynes and a previous girlfriend of Rodriguez both had a restraining order against him. This was also supported by the fact that Haynes' phone was listed in his name. However, this claim was denied by Alex Dion, Julie's ex-boyfriend, because he claimed that he always thought that the baby had been his. Surveillance footage from a liquor store near the apartment had shown Darlene exiting a Ford Escort and making a purchase, with Corey behind the wheel. Dion, who owned a Ford Escort at the time, remarked that it was odd that they were together because they weren't friends. The footage was taken just hours before the murder. Dion testified that she went out the night of the murder in order to visit a friend. But what could drive someone to do this? Well, Corey had some strange occurrences when she had been pregnant before. Cindy Dion, Alex Dion's mother, recalled unusual happenings during the supposed pregnancy of Julie's. 1 month she claimed to be 4 months pregnant, and then she claimed that it was 8. Her due date kept getting pushed back drastically, and she would refuse to let Alex accompany her to the hospital. But Cindy's suspicion was halted when their supposed child had been born. She and her son were so happy, as they thought they had a new addition to their family. Alex and Corey were even planning to name the baby girl Alida Neve. Corey had told the family in April that she had been 4 months pregnant. However, during the shower a month later, she told them she was 8 months pregnant, and after a medical test indicated that the baby may have had developmental problems, she would no longer let Alex accompany her on visits. The baby was due to be born in mid-June, but Corey, at 35 years old, told the family she was going to have a C-section in late July. When the case first sparked interest, investigators believed the perpetrator to be someone who had difficulties having children of their own. Corey had 5 children, even though at the time of the murder she only partially shared custody of one of them, and, in a medical record, it was reported that she had been pregnant a total of 8 times. In Alex's testimony, he claims that she even had an operation to get her tubes tied. However, it was unsuccessful, and she still retained the ability to have children. In April 2009, Corey visited UMass Memorial Medical Center, complaining of pain when she had been 30 weeks pregnant. Corey had a baby shower in May. However, both the prosecution and defense suggested the fetus died in the womb. Perhaps one of the saddest things about this is that Cindy Dion believed that the baby was theirs, until she received a distraught call from her son where he said, "The baby's not ours." Alex told the Boston Herald that he never doubted the legitimacy of the child, even saying, "I thought I had a brand new daughter." The mother of the 27-year-old detailed his grief, stating, "He cried so hard he couldn't catch his breath. I had to climb over the front seat and sit with him, and he hugged me like he was a little kid." A neighbor who drove them back home apologized to Alex. His response was, "I don't want you to be sorry for me. Be sorry for that baby's mother."
Corey appeared via video in a New Hampshire courtroom Thursday. She's accused of kidnapping an infant carried by her friend Darlene Haynes. Police discovered Haynes dead in this Massachusetts apartment Monday. She had suffered head injuries, even though it's still unclear what exactly caused her death. Investigators say Haynes' 8-month-old fetus had been cut from her womb. Corey had the 4-pound baby girl with her when police arrested her at a shelter in New Hampshire 2 days later. They say she had convinced friends and family she was pregnant.
Some friends became a little concerned about how she got home so early after just giving birth. And then, of course, as the information came to light on this investigation, many of her acquaintances watched the news and realized that there was a woman who was killed in missing their child.
Meantime, outside Haynes' home Thursday, friends and family gathered to remember her.
I'm very, very sad what happened to her. And I'm glad they caught the people and the baby is safe.
The newborn is in good condition and is expected to be released to Massachusetts authorities Thursday. Corey has not been charged with murder, but she's being held on $2 million bail in New Hampshire for kidnapping the baby. Authorities are still investigating whether anyone else was involved.
Julie Corey was sentenced to life in prison without parole on February 18, 2014.